closer, then it's gonna look more like we're talking to.
Can you hear me?
Is it moving? Yeah, it's moving.
Okay, that's
okay.
a good
I'm just gonna
sign.
try this right here.
Okay, that's fine.
Just because then it looks like our eyeballs are kind of in the right spot.
Oh, that's true. Good point, my love. You're so smart. Why is this so bright?
I don't know.
We gotta get these.
Put a filter on it.
Technical. Maybe it's this light. Should I turn this light off a little bit, or no? Let's see.
Well, it's dark here. It's light here, and it's right there.
That's like ridiculous.
That is. Should we try to turn it off?
Then it's gonna be like darkness. The darkness. Oh.
Well,
that's better.
Is it?
I mean,
dark.
It's dark.
Really dark on that one.
What are we doing over here? What's going on? I got my CSDB, Colorado School for the Deaf and Blind shirt going, representing the Bulldogs. She works there still, but not for long. She's going to Shark Tank. People always ask her, they say, have you ever been to you should go on Shark Tank.
No, I don't know if you've heard of the show before.
Oh yeah, like have you ever heard of Shark Tank? You should totally go on there.
It's a show for inventors. And I'm jealous.
What? I've never heard of a Shark Tank.
I'm jealous of you because when people ask you, hey, have you ever gone to Shark Tank? And you're just always like, nah, but you did go.
Yeah, I know. I did. I went and auditioned in 2013 at the Austin Auditorium or something, and we waited in line for about an hour or two. It wasn't terrible. I got all suited up, dressed up in my suit and tie, did my hair all slicked back, and we killed our audition. Everyone was laughing, thought it was cute and funny.
So when you did it, I think it might be different how they do it now.
I don't think so.
So
a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like it might have been 5 minutes, but maybe it was like.
Were there other people with you? Because they said they have groups of 4, so they have 4 people go at a time. Were you there with other people?
I feel like we all no, and maybe they are doing it differently. We have somebody watching, and it's probably Mario.
Right? Let me see. Let's move. No, I don't know who that is. We have a new person. Hi.
You should bridge watching every season.
On Shark Tank to prep.
Oh, for sure. I was watching
watched
every single episode leading up to the. Thanks for we got our first watcher. That's pretty cool.
Gas.
Yeah, we were watching all of the different Shark Tank episodes to see what questions we need to have answers for, and what you would ask for. That was the main thing, because they get mad at you when you ask for like $10 million for 1% of the company.
On the application, it's one of the first questions. There's a lot of questions, but that's one of the first questions. Is like, how much money do you want for how much of your company are you going to give up?
Yeah, and it needs to be reasonable, real, fair. Like, how are you really evaluating your company's worth? And that varies from company to company. I just do personally. We do like our annual revenue. That's about what how we value our company. So our company's worth like $1 million. But some companies do like 3 times annual revenue plus something, right? She has the actual Shark Tank application.
Here's the Shark Tank application. I got a little bit. It's front to back pages. That question's kind of like they want to know about criminal records too.
Yeah, see, and I was like super honest.
Right here, this is the first question that they ask on Shark Tank. What investment amount are you seeking? And what percentage of equity are you willing to give in exchange? And then underlined right here, it says, please be realistic with your ask and valuation. These numbers may be taken into account in the decision of whether to move your company forward in the casting process. Please keep in mind the sharks do not give their money away. They only make realistic investments. They will ask tough questions to justify the amount of money you're seeking. And then it says, I am seeking blank dollars and I'm willing to give a blank percentage. And then ask you, like, what do you intend to do with the funds? And why do you really want to be on here? And what's your business total lifetime sales? And what's gross income? What's net income? What are your sales projections? What are sales projections for next calendar year? Oh my God, there's just about, like, I haven't.
She's going to do 80 Gs next year. That's what the projections are. I can't believe we have a viewer on YouTube. That's super
Is it still
cool.
there? We don't even
Yeah,
know.
no, it is. He.
See, I could go on my Instagram, but I know that lots of people would watch, and I don't really want people to watch.
You should start having people watch on
But
Instagram.
well, that knee gas guy should ask a question, because whatever question you want or have,
we're gonna
and
answer.
Mario, if you ask a question, I don't know if we should. Mario would probably ask a really crazy question.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, this is just a bunch of paperwork that I was supposed to do, which I haven't done, which I will do because I'm going to audition January
10th,
well,
11th.
I'm flying the 10th, but I'm auditioning on the 11th. So.
Yes, and you're gonna win. They're gonna pick her to be on the show. She's gonna get rich, and I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna quit sheath underwear.
I need it, but the first question is not me. I don't even know how much money I'm seeking and how much do I give up. Is it like? If anybody has any suggestions?
Oh snap!
People forget that part. It's not 1-for-1 trade. They give up a percentage to get something. That's often. Oops, isn't that too early? I know. Well, how much should I give up, and how much should I ask?
I mean, one of the things that I took into consideration in giving up, like, say, I was going to give up like 20% for $20,000, but the $20,000, it wasn't going to make me rich, but I was going to put, like, what I was going to get, like, one of these people that knew how to get our company, moving. They had the right connections, they had the right distribution channels and stuff. That was I wanted to partner with them more than even get money from them, because I knew the money would come. Like one lump sum of $100,000 for a certain percentage. Anytime I took on investors up to this point, I didn't even get the money. I just put the money into the company.
Well, nobody gets money.
You could.
The thing is, I don't really want to go and ask for 10,000. I mean, because I could come up with that myself, but
right.
Like that, maybe it's for the.
But it
exposure.
is for the exposure and for the partnership.
But if they're like, I'll give you 10,000 for 90% of your company, because that's a realistic evaluation right now.
Hell no. Their connections and skills are worth more than the dollar amount. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Well, here's the deal. So I had a phone conference with a lady that was on Shark Tank, and she made it on the air. And she took a deal with one of the sharks. And so what she said that it wasn't a make or break for her company and for her invention. But she said that they will do, what they will do is that if you get a deal with the sharks, that it's really good exposure, definitely gives a bump. They're still like, that's just the beginning of the work that needs to be done. And then you don't actually like buddy with like, the Mark Cuban or whatever, if you make a deal, that they set you up with a mentor group. So you don't like send an email to Mark Cuban, he responds next minute, hey, what's up? And you make phone call. Like, so they set you up with their mentors. And so you have like a mentor group that you work through.
Hell yeah.
And then like QVC, people don't understand it's like $50,000 to maybe even possibly just go on there. And so even if you're in with the QVC lady, you get, you might get an into QVC, which is hard. Even if you have a really good product, you're still going to pay for it. So it's not going to be free because the lady from QVC took on your idea or invention.
I think that it would be free if she took it on, but I don't know. She's like the president type person.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know yet. So I wonder if I can live stream the audition for Shark Tank one day. I'd be like,
you should. Yeah, you can hashtag Shark Tank. Get
Shark
me
Tank?
on. You got to start doing those hashtags. I did hashtags on our Instagram stories, and I noticed a huge difference like right away.
What?
But you have to pick the right hashtags.
Oh, we're on hashtags now?
No,
yeah.
We'll go. I mean, back. Well, I was saying you were saying live stream. You can't even hashtag live streams.
No.
So scratch that. Scratch that.
Well, we're talking about Shark Tank, and mostly, I think that if everybody that's suggested that I'm turn off recording edition to air date is very long, like months. I think it's like a year. So
that's true.
This is how Shark Tank is works from what I think. And
I've been there.
You've been there. I talked to somebody who went and was on. I wrote down that season episode, but we should find that, by the way.
Yeah,
we should look at that tonight. But
okay.
So on January 11th, Shark Tank editions will be at the Venetian or the Bellagio in Vegas on January 11th. Check-in is at 8 and they start like, I think they start right away.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it lasts for. And then after Vegas, they're going to
Dallas.
Yeah, they're going to Dallas, and then they're going to
Phoenix.
I think they're going
Santa Fe. Are you guessing?
We're guessing. Miami, I think. But anyway, so they travel, I think, the entire year. And I think there's like a round 2, round 3, round 4, like audition process. And so like when you are actually auditioning for Shark Tank, you're not actually auditioning in front of the sharks. Like you're in front of a casting crew. So maybe a production person, probably not even the producer. You're probably just meeting with like these casting people. It's videotaped. If you pass it, it might go to the next round. And then I think they'll do some pretty heavy research on your company to see like how it's doing and if it's legit or not. Because they don't want to make an ass of themselves either. But I think it's pretty much for show. A lot of it, anyhow.
What's for show?
The show.
The show is for show.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
As a fellow inventor and successful businessman, how do you feel about Shark Tank?
I think that it's good for exposure, primarily, but even then, I don't necessarily think it's going to make or break you. It could though, like if you get partnered up with one of the right people, and depending on what you call making it, I think if you with where you're at, if you hooked up with one of them and they took you to 100 G's a year, you'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm making it compared to where I was. And if I went on there, we made $1 million-ish this year, if they took us to 10 million, I would be like, hell yeah, right? So I don't know what I mean, but I think there's some companies. Hold on, but there's some companies that don't actually get. They get picked, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah,
like it doesn't.
I still think there's a lot of paperwork behind the scenes that goes on. There's some theatrics, indeed. I heard that when you go to Shark Tank and you audition, like on the show, like so, let's say you actually make it through all the auditions, you're actually called in, and it's not live or anything. So they call you in, and so you walk, like in the show, like the doors open, they're like, whoosh, and like that dun, the music starts playing, the guy starts walking up there, and they're like, blah, blah, blah. They walk, and they're standing in front of the shanks, and they're like, good afternoon, I'm so-and-so, whatever, and they go on with their pitch. But actually, when the doors open, they do open, and then you walk in, and they get you walking in, but they're setting up the lighting, so you walk in, and you're standing there, and they're sitting in front of you, but you're just standing there, and they're adjusting the lights. And so I don't know how long you're actually standing there before they're like, and action, so it's not like, a smooth motion where the doors open and you walk in and you're like, hey, sharks, like, here I am. Like, so there's a lot of like theatrics and stuff setting up. And you have to I think people that have no clue about how the invention process, patent process, manufacturing, prototype development, all that stuff goes, I think people think that they know when they watch the show. So I think that they have like an unrealistic view and think that that's the end all to be all, when I don't think that it is. And I think that it kind of like, your last 5, 6, 7 years of your life is condensed to like a 30-second pitch. And anybody watching the show is now an expert on how you got to be there and everything. So that sometimes like gets a little like irking to me, but I'm going to go. I'm going to like take some Xanax probably.
I mean, just getting on there is winning. You're going to get a boost. I'm just saying, like, for the long term, the product is going to speak for itself. The product has to be like a viable product. They're not magicians, but they can get you through some of the initial hurdles and into the mainstream option. As far as legitimacy of TV network shows, it's one of the more legitimate ones that isn't altered for drama airing purposes. Yeah, it definitely. The proof is in the pudding. They have those segments where they show where they are now, and then they show the companies that a year later, after having worked with Barbara Cochran or whatever. I would choose her, I think, but at the same time, it's not really my industry. I would choose Damon John, I guess, because he's in my fields.
Maybe Damon Jones.
Damon John, and he's the FUBU guy.
I feel like I should know their names before I go.
Mark Cuban, Damon John, Barbara Cochran,
lady,
Lori.
Yeah.
Something, Lori. And the other dude,
Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful. I was thinking the guy on the end.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll definitely know their names.
What you want?
Yes, I will.
I'm just
I
kidding.
will always know their names when I, if like make it that far. So my thing is I don't really think I'm gonna make it. I think I'm
She's
just
gonna make it.
You think I'm gonna make it, but I just really want to be able to tell people like next time someone's like, oh my God, have you heard of Shark Tank? You should totally go. And I can be like, I did.
You know,
and
but
I
what
killed
would
it
be,
and they didn't take me, those bastards.
But what we can do is like, if you guys ever watched American Idol, you see these what certain particular applicants will go from like city to city to city, and I was suggested that we just go from city to city, auditioning in every city until they get the hint that we're not going to give up. And then they're like, okay,
I think it's
fine.
a good idea for you to try again, just because I think it's
been years.
I mean, it'd be good to get it on national television and have people think about it. But you don't really advertise your thing so much as a patent.
No, yeah, we do on the website. It's all of our products say patent pending. But back when I first auditioned, the company wasn't
worth. Make it some wine, and then I have another story.
The company wasn't worth like shit. I think we did $30,000 that year, and if you consider the companies that they're dealing with, a lot of them are already making like millions of dollars. So for us, I know there's a lot of factors, but it would have been helpful if I was probably taller and more handsome. And I'm just saying there's factors that come into play. Maybe a minority, maybe not. Maybe if I was trans, I don't know. There would have been all these different, they want to sell you as an individual also. They want good television. They don't just want some.
He says best chance to get on the show is be sharp and interesting.
Yeah, sharp and interesting. I wasn't that sharp or
interesting. Through the show though the show goes out of its way to fill its quota of weak presenters to like American Idol and Finding Bad Singers. Yeah, I do think that they do. They have some stuff like how the hell that was purely for entertainment, because I've seen some ridiculous ideas go on Shark Tank. Which I think maybe that's the reason why people think maybe it's so easy to go on there, because they do have some ones that are like, what?
Right, how did they get on there?
So I'm going to audition, and I'm going with my friend Stephanie, who is an inventor as well. Mm-hmm. And she might have a chance you're talking about. She's short, she's cute, she's Asian.
Yeah, you got to have all these.
Look at that.
Check the boxes and stuff.
It's nothing nice to say. He tried to date her, by the way.
Your various.
He tried to date her.
I heard that. Interesting. That she was married or something.
She's not.
Okay.
She is married, but they're not together. Does that make sense? They have kids, whatever. I don't know. It's complicated. We're not talking about that right now. Anyway, so my friend Stephanie's going with me, and I'm staying with her.
Stains on your application. That's funny.
I think it'd be all right. I mean, it'd be okay. So she's really nervous about it. She's scared if she actually made it to the show, they'd make her cry, because they're like, this is stupid. This is a horrible idea. How are you going to market this? How are you going to do this? That she would just start crying. But I think if you actually cried on Shark Tank, it would stand out. Exactly. I think that if you cried on Shark Tank, I think that at least you'd be remarkable.
Remarkable, even.
No,
also.
memorable.
Memorable. Just
memorable. You'll be memorable. And the last thing you want to be is forgettable. So if you cry, or that lady with the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Do you remember her?
Yeah, she was annoying. Though.
Do you have any idea what she was talking about?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. I don't. I just remember she had crazy eyes.
It was about like this food tray for kids that stuck to your plates.
But she was already selling like millions. Like, why do you go on Shark Tank and like, oh, we made $5 million this year? I'm like, well, bitch, get off. Like, somebody else needs to be in there. Like, what can you not do with $5 million? Like, at that point, like, what loan can you not take? Like, what can you not get into? Like, I don't understand the point of that.
And then the reason I'm not going.
Oh, he's in the wine stands would stand out.
It would stand out. Yeah. Touche. I mean, maybe a coffee stain might be better. Wine stain. Maybe coffee and wine.
Maybe it could look like blood. And they'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, she's
serious.
Not playing around.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I would be going to this particular audition, but I'm going to be up in Denver doing the International Sportsman's Expo. If you want to come say hello, we'll be there. There's good crying and bad crying. Crying after Mr. Wonderful yells at you won't go over well. Though I would love to watch that one. Yeah.
See, I think it would go over well. I think that, like, even if it goes super bad, that just makes it more memorable. So I don't think that you can really go bad.
Hey, Mario, can you hear us? I think that this is why the lighting was so fucked up earlier. I just realized that. And it was just like making our face ultra shiny.
What are you talking about?
The Christmas tree is why the lighting was messed up at the beginning.
It's because it looks a lot different in the camera than it actually looks on real life. Like it looks like super bright, but if you look at it,
Yeah.
it just looks like a tree with
It's
lights.
overcompensating for something.
Ooh, the audio is lovely.
Good.
So should we do a podcast instead? I think that we might be better for suited audio, but I don't really like my voice so much because I feel like it sounds kind of bitchy.
Honey, you have a very sweet voice.
My love, you can't trust you for anything because you think everything is perfect.
Build your own reality. And yeah, backlighting isn't wise for low-end cameras, but it's fine. Yeah, that's why it was like, oh, when we first turned it on. So we shouldn't have had the backlight and the background. That's what I'm saying.
Turn on that light. Maybe.
Maybe.
Can you get the little lozenge thingies out of my personal life?
Keeps it entertaining, my love.
Is that better?
Maybe. It's beginning to look a lot. So we made it through our first Christmas as a couple.
Since my voice doesn't sound bitchy, it's just what you choose to say. Oh. It says it's not better. I guess we should turn it off.
Okay.
I got it. I get the other one. Look, we're both. Look at this action. We're at Bobby's house for the first time. Yes. So ask us any question and we'll answer it and then we'll probably go. Nobody else is really into this.
One of these days,
Documentations. One of these days people are gonna pay.
yeah, we're gonna get ad revenue from all these episodes because we're
We
so
still
entertaining.
haven't promoted it or made it. It's public.
You're gonna get to adopt Macy. You're so happy.
Why is Macy? Macy's not at my house. So I'm not at the house, so Macy's barking. So I took. By the way, I took Macy. I have a foster dog named Macy. For nobody else that's watching.
What's up, Destiny?
Hi, Destiny. So I took my foster dog to the adoption event today, and nobody adopted her.
It's unfortunate. So we're gonna adopt her.
I might adopt her.
She might.
I don't know.
We don't know though.
I don't know. She's like super clingy. So like she was like with me. Oh my God. So at the adoption event, she's in a little sweater and she's got a little pink bow tie on. She's super cute. And so, no, it's okay. So we have a friend of ours. Her last name is Stacy. That's how I remember. Christy, Stacy. So
I got my necklace.
I'm telling my son, can't we have matching necklaces? We're really off all over the place. But okay, so I took you're moving out anyway, so I took my foster dog to New Hope Animal Rescue, and you have to put her in this little cage, and she's all cute with a little sweater, and I put a little blanket in there thinking like she would but she freaks out because she's in the cage. All right. And so anyway, she starts climbing the cage to get out. She's trying to get to me. And as she's climbing out, she twists her thumb and she falls and her entire dew claw ripped out. And then she was bleeding everywhere. And so she's okay. But I had to, so then I took her out of the cage. I'm like, all right, so this is my responsibility. Like, I'm not like having her get injured. She's kind of like an accident prone dog anyway. So like put some ointment on it and then had to wrap it up and stuff. She's okay. And she wasn't limping. She didn't even really cry. But anyway, so then I sat there and I held her the entire time, or I just sat there and she sat in my lap. But then she did so good. Like, so she was like, we're in the adoption center and people are coming and going with their dogs. And there's like cats. And there's like people holding kittens and stuff like that. And Macy's just like standing right next to me. She's not like on the leash or anything. She starts going to the door. I'm like, Macy, come. She turns around and she comes running back to me. So she was very clingy and everybody thought that she was my dog because she was so attached.
Yeah.
And she's been adopted and relinquished twice. She was adopted and then returned, and then she went in the kennel, and then she was adopted again, and then a week later she was returned again, and then we went to go pick her up from that guy's house. She was like belly crawling and she had like peed all over herself. She was super scared. And then she came here and then she ran
Destiny
away.
says she wants her.
She's the sweetest dog. She's like a Velcro dog. If you want like a super needy dog that just wants to like crawl on your skin, this is that dog. She doesn't need to be crated. She doesn't get into stuff. She doesn't like men. She does bark a lot, but she's super sweet and she doesn't run away.
She likes men.
She doesn't really like men.
She doesn't not like me.
She takes time to warm up for men, most
She's
likely.
fun.
So, all right, so that's it. So I was talking about Christy just got on. I was talking about how I'm gonna go to Shark Tank.
Destiny?
Yes. When am I going? January. I'm flying to Vegas on 10th, and I'm doing the audition on the 11th. So
she's gonna kill it. She's gonna win the whole show.
Oh wait, this is Destiny. I was thinking this was Christy.
I said Destiny, my love.
Oh my, I'm sorry, Destiny. She hasn't gotten her videos yet. I was thinking it was. I don't know why I thought it was Christy. Yeah, so she's joining the army.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I know. Okay. Like our two people.
Yay.
But your wolves have fallen so far. All right.
Be weird. Okay, so yeah, just stand out at your audition, whatever.
I'll just be normal.
Yeah, just do your thing. Just tell them what the deal is.
Can you see that? She's waiting to see who it was.
So the UFC is about to start. I need to hop off of here and start it. We might hop on to an Instagram live. If you guys want to hop over to Instagram, you can follow
on your
her.
Instagram or which one?
We can do
I know if I put on Instagram, like people will watch. And I don't really know if I want people to watch this yet.
Then maybe we don't do that. But
Mario won't because he has a new Instagram.
Mario, get on Instagram. Get with the times.
Follow me.
Follow her. Follow me. Like all her stuff. Comment. Share. Repost. We do appreciate all those things. And live your dreams. Live your dream, Mario. You can do it.
Mario, you're not working at your full potential.
Yeah. Don't underestimate your...
All right, so we're going to watch UFC fights. Oh, my God. He's dramatic. Okay. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for always tuning in and saying hello. We love you.
Bye, Destiny. We'll check in sometime.
DM me for that for your shit. I don't think I ever got it.
This is ours, anyways. This is a
So
body.
I never sent her anything.
Are we still on?
DM me at Sheath Underwear on Instagram, and I'll send you the underwear. And you guys do the same thing.
Oh, she got it.
Oh, well then maybe I don't fucking remember.